Industrialization is an important component in this modern industrial age. There is a classification of categorizing ages into like Stone Age and then medieval age, industrial age, and so on. But I feel like categorizing our ages after industrialization into information age and communication age and all that, while it provides an important context into the progress of humankind, I think it obscures the importance of industrialization. It pushes it back into something that used to happen, used to be cutting edge, but not anymore. The plain truth is that we still live in an industrial society and we all benefit from industrial goods. In that context, controlling a certain niche or having a monopoly in some kind of manufacturing is immense leverage within the world system today. In geopolitics, if you are industrialized in some sense, then that means you have leverage. This is quite interesting because industrialization, while it gives you leverage, it also gives, within the country, it gives leverage to the working class, because now your factories have to be staffed by actual people, and there is an entire science into there's an entire science of the relationship between the commodities and the worker and the kind of political leverage it gives the worker. And this is something that a lot of countries today, especially liberal capitalist democratic countries, want to avoid, because giving leverage away to the working class is eventually going to produce a political deadlock in the current liberal capitalist system. And that is also exactly why a lot of countries choose to forego industrialization, try to carve out an economy from service industry or information communication, IT industry. The thing is, both service industry and the IT industry, they all beget actual manufacturing. As long as you are import reliant on another country, then that means that country has power over you. I want to focus on a really glaring example in 2026, which is India. India has been deindustrializing for quite some time. They've been outsourcing their manufacturing capabilities to, I guess, China and then other countries as well. This has produced the effect of the working class shrinking and the peasant class increasing in size. And I think for a country like India, with its construct in casteism and the fact that they inherited a liberal capitalist political system from Great Britain, I think this is not accidental. This was part of careful public planning. And I think that is quite unfortunate because India, while they are a giant, they are quite vulnerable and they don't have a lot of leverage. I think they could have been as prestigious and geopolitically important as China, but the ruling class, they correctly realized that industrializing the country is going to give away power from the ruling caste into the working class, which probably reasonably involves the lower caste people. And I also want to talk about a post-Trump America where liberal ideology has been sort of shunned and requires a certain kind of rebirth and a revamp. Countries around the world have noticed, and I think they understand that the old power system, the old world order is no longer applicable, and there is a new world order building. And I'm fairly certain they see the rise of China as, first of all, they see it as a blueprint to develop their own country. And I'm fairly certain the policymakers, the politicians, the ruling and bureaucratic class, they view industrialization as a key component. But there is another hitch, because industrializing and producing manufactured goods there is a profit incentive attached to it. So unless you can compete with China in raw industrial power and their sheer amount of supply chain localization, then it's going to be quite hard for countries, big or small, to industrialize. At the same time, if any country dreams of having any kind of leverage in the geopolitical environment of the future, then they will have to think about industrializing seriously.